Hello, Aquarius, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach, and I help you choose growth and the healing of your inner roots. I have an intuitive message for you today. This will look at your inner world and your outer world and the interaction between the two. So my guides are telling me left to right with the cards. We have the Chariot on the outside, Death on the inside. 5 of swords or arrows in this deck on the inside, and then the Father of arrows on the outside. Okay, getting nudged to start inside, so we will do that. Okay, Aquarius, this is really interesting energy for you here right now, because it almost feels like there's a finality to whatever's going on inside. There's a sense that something is really coming to an ending and that it's going to stop forever. This is not something that you're welcoming. This is something that I want to say you're dreading almost. But I have to tell you that this ending, what seems like an ending, is really a false ending. It's a stage on, or it's the platform on which another part of your life, another part of the play, the drama is going to unfold. This is the corniest thing to say. This is not the end, it's just the beginning. It's not even that. It's that you're reaching a point where things are all of a sudden, you just feel like there's this ending in sight. But again, it's a false ending because it's like a fake door or a trap door. It looks like the floor, but really it leads you to this other place that's deeper and underneath. It's that idea. You're standing over a trap door and you think it's the floor and you think this is it. This is the end of the road. Our 5 of arrows here. There's nothing else I can do. But really, this door is calling you deeper. You see, we're not just sitting here at the level of the skull. We're going deep, deep, deep down, way down and way back. This is, in the artwork, these are actually Tyrannosaurus jaws. So we're going really deep and really far in there. You will feel that it's necessary to pull back, to isolate yourself. And it's important that you understand that you're not isolating yourself to grieve. You're isolating yourself to understand this deeper layer, this deeper opening that's happening inside of you, as well as, I'm sorry, it's inside of you. There's a deeper opening happening inside of you. And you will need time to navigate that. But again, it's very important that you understand that you're going to this place of solitude in order to connect with that deep opening, with that depth. Not that you're going away to lick your wounds and grieve. So let's see what's going on the outside. We've got the Father of Arrows and the Chariot. Okay. So Aquarius, your response to, I want to say, this energy of, oh my God, I'm at the end. Your response here is that you need to keep up with the outside world by just pushing through. This Chariot is such a funny card in this deck on this side. I'm going to hold just the one card up. Do you see how this bird is flying upside down? The crane. And then we've got this one here that's flying correctly. And so it's kind of willy-nilly, haphazard put together, but this idea that we're driven forward, that we have to keep moving. And this Father of Arrows is exacerbating that need to drive forward. But what he's doing is he's cutting out the emotional aspect of what's happening with you. So you're really feeling like the outside world is pushing you to detach. Or perhaps things are happening so quickly in the outside world that you have no choice but to detach from it. Yeah, I just see this background, the blue, really pushing this forward. You know, I'm also getting that this is actually talking about a person for someone, the Father of Arrows. We're talking about a person who is not the most emotional, not emotional at all, actually, not demonstrative, wants to do the right thing, but because of being emotionally out of touch, this person, okay, they're wanting me to stop there. It's just feeling out of touch. He's out of touch with his emotions and therefore out of touch with the people around him and his surroundings. And it's that energy that's pushing forward for you, forcing you to move forward in ways that you're really not ready to do yet, but you're kind of like, well, I'm here, I've got to do it. So, the Chariot is tied together with ribbons, it's got these curtains, it's got all stuff happening. It can't hold itself together, and you notice it's flying right over a creek or a chasm of some kind with water. So it can't stay out of the water forever. At some point, this is going to fall apart, and there's going to be a falling into the water. And that's everything we're trying not to do, right? This guy is staying out of the water, even though his iceberg seems to be shrinking. And this is kind of a scary looking card. So Aquarius, even though it's messy and you don't like to go there, the emotions are going to be the key to understanding this deeper pull of what's going on, the deeper meaning of what's going on. And, okay, I'm just getting the word clarity, that it will give you the clarity to understand how you really need to be. I'm going to draw another card to give me more information about this death card, about what we're talking about, because death is always a transition. It's not literal death. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of what's happening is inescapable, Aquarius. And so that's part of the reason why you're pushing through, just without your emotions turned on. This card, the Wheel of Fortune, is a very interesting one in this deck because it says that a lot of things that are happening are out of our hands, seemingly. I feel that we write a lot of the important events in our life. And if we don't, then usually something happens to get us back on track. But what the caution is with this card, there's all this spider webbing, all of this stuff that's connected and caught together. But in order that you don't just get caught up like a cog in a wheel, just being tossed everywhere, not knowing why, that's why this deep moment of going inside, asking what's going on, allowing yourself the emotional space to process, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's going on and you won't feel like you're just being swept around by the currents. Right now, it feels like you're just in this lifeboat at sea, but the waves are too big. Like they're hitting you and they're falling into the lifeboat and everything's getting wet and you just don't have any time to figure it out or react. This is really important, Aquarius, that you're stepping back and figuring this out. These are big life events that are happening for you. And without the clarity and the empowerment of that clarity, it's going to be difficult to move forward in a way that's meaningful, positive, and loving for yourself. Okay, so this time to figure out what's going on deep inside, very, very crucial for you this week. All right, Aquarius, thank you for joining me today. And if you are curious about what I can do for you further and what else I offer, please check out the description below. There's more information for you there. It's a very intense reading, but I look forward to seeing you next time right here.